to preface the speech by saying I'm sorry, still sick. It's really annoying. I'm sorry. But today I'm going to be talking about politics and why it matters and why your vote matters. We live in a state where people feel like, hey, my vote don't matter. Indiana's always going to go red, right? I mean, well, mostly it's true. If we can get more people to go out and vote, maybe it stays red or maybe it swings blue. It's just all about why your vote matters. So, you see this? This is where I was on election day. I worked the polls. It was interesting to say the least. First time ever doing it, first time voting. Family friend needed help, so I helped out. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it, Money's money, right? I'm a broke college student. So meanwhile at the polls, there was a lot more younger people than I thought there would be, to say the least. The old people were there. I mean, that's just their thing. Voting, politics. Can't go to like a Thanksgiving dinner without your grandpa or uncle or somebody bringing up politics. And if that doesn't happen at yours, you're blessed. But anyway, like I was saying, I worked here on election day. I wasn't in the room, I was outside the room. However, I still experienced everything that comes with it. I was pushed, I was spat on. Old people take politics very seriously, like I said before. It's incredible. But the young people were the most respectful ones. And I just wanted to talk about that. And election day here proved to me and proved to everybody that your vote matters. A projected Republican, a bunch of people didn't like him. So what did we do? We came together and we voted a Democrat in, just proving my point. That people go out and vote. So then I want to talk about, since we have such a low voter turnout, I want to talk about what a need is, you know what I mean? A need is to get people to the polls. People need to go out and vote. We need to change. We need change. We need people to help incite change. Or maybe we want to keep it the way it is. We need people to come out and do that. Voting is like a supply and a demand type thing. The demand for voting is so high. So people want your vote. But the supply of voters is just lacking. So it's one of those thin lines that we walk, to say the least. What can we do to get people to the polls? Maybe they don't care, but just to vote. You know what I mean? Like I said, people think their vote doesn't matter. That's wrong. Okay? I just want to throw that out there. Even in a state like Indiana, your vote matters. Your vote's going to matter no matter what state. But I do want to talk about swing states for a second. You can't really read it, but it says swing states, and it says we all live in a state right now that feels like our vote doesn't matter. And like I've said, wrong. Or as, Trump would say, wrong. Swing states, like our neighboring state, Ohio, that's a state that your vote definitely matters. In Florida, according to CNN, the margin between Al Gore and George Bush was like 300 votes, something so minuscule. Furthermore proving in a swing state, your vote matters. So a state like ours are almost always guaranteed to go one way. It's a given, to say the least. I mean, but we could be a generation of people that change this. Dignity of the individual. We need to go out and support people. Okay? So how do we do that? Well, we could support people by voting, or we could talk about it, and we could care about it. Okay, politics is something that you either do it or you don't. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things that's just thin line that I keep saying. So one way that people were getting people to the polls was Lyft and Uber were offering 50% off rides for everybody. And according to Fortune 2016, people in low income poverty areas, they were giving them free rides to their polling sites just to get people out to vote. Now, this is huge. This is the change we need, and these ride sharing apps are doing what needs to be done. It's It's like Christmas in November, you know what I mean? um, so CNN Business talked about how people in low income areas don't really go out and vote. There's many reasons to it. One reason they stated was they're working. Okay, they work all the time to try to support a family. Two, they don't have a ride. Maybe their ride to work is the city bus. That city bus could drop you off 10 miles from your polling site. Okay, now in a car ride, according to Google Maps, from a 10-mile drive is about 20 minutes. So let's think about walking. That's probably going to be an hour. An hour you could be at work getting money to support your family at home. So here's my solution, long-term solution. Let's make it a national holiday. Why not? Pay time off. What else you got to do that day aside from sleep in for once? Vote. Do your civic duty. And if you don't want to, that's okay. But I'm just saying, make it easily accessible for everyone to go out and do this. Because the rich have the better opportunity, according to CNN Business. It's easier for them because money isn't an issue to them. They're living fine. Everything's perfect for them. So the rich can go out and vote. So which kind of just divides the nation even more. The poor may not think the same way the rich does. So if that's the case, the rich can, let's say the rich vote Republican, okay, but the poor goes Democrat. Well, the rich can go out to the polls and vote because, they have nothing to worry about. The poor can't because they're at work. They're providing for their family. They're taking their kids to school. They can't get a ride there. So now it's just dividing us even more, it feels like. A short-term solution that I thought of was extended lunch breaks for people at low-income jobs. You could give them like an extended lunch break, you know what I mean? Have them be able to go out for lunch, but make it long enough to where they can go to said polling site. Or maybe provide lunch for them and let them go to the polling site if they want. Now if they don't, that's okay. This is the great part about being and living where we are. You have the right. But this is just a short-term solution that I feel could help until we could get a national holiday in state. But that's, to say the least. So this right here is talking about voter turnout, okay? And I just want to show to you guys where the U.S. stands. Okay. We're right here, towards the bottom. That's not good. We used to be up by Turkey and Sweden at the top. That's good. That means we cared. But as time has gone on, we've stopped caring. And that's just, I don't know, this new generation, our generation, is just, we're weird about politics. You know what I mean? It's different. But let's talk about why politics matter. Politics is how our country is ran. It's very, very much a part of how we live. So getting people out to vote is going to be very, very important for us as a nation to move forward. So this is why politics matters. It involves and messes with our daily lives. And I just want to close with a statement from the PBS. The legitimacy of our democracy depends not just on people having equal rights to vote, but equal opportunities to.